welcome to another Sunday Scaries podcast with myself, Josh, and my main man, Bob. Bob, how are you this fine morning?
Oh man, I'm up and running and ready to go. I'm alive. I had a nice little reprieve yesterday. I had nothing but pure rest. You know, brought
Sometimes
on.
you gotta hibernate. Yeah.
Sometimes you just like, hey, you know what? Fuck being out there for the summer activities.
You become the blanket. Yeah, that's the thing is the weather is finally nice, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chill inside for a little longer.
Yeah, just a little longer. Just hibernate. We're almost done with this. We got about a month and a half of the highest of heats, and then soon winter clothes start. You already have the sweater on.
Oh yeah, hoodies out. I have too many hoodies not to wear them. It's kind of gotten to that point.
Oh man, I can't wait though, dude. I can't wait to be back into some winter clothes. You know what I mean?
have like a position in hoodies,
Mm.
as if they're stocks.
Yeah.
There's too many.
There's always money in the hoodies.
Yeah, there's always money in the hoodie stand.
But yeah, dude, I can't wait. It's it's only 61 right now, and we're doing some early morning.
And you know what this means? We can paint minis outside.
Dude, come on.
How about that?
I'm excited. I'm hoping we're gonna go get some minis painted today because
I'm gonna go buy
that one.
more.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one that you have me doing.
The Cyclops.
Yeah, the big Cyclops. I can't wait. I want to put a little bit of mud and blood, and I want to bring my that little grass stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I want to put it on the bottom right there next to the
Nice.
rock and on his feet.
I hate that the only bits that I have, like the leftovers, are just those little robot guys and little guns.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like in Warhammer, it's so good just to like bury some of the other factions like in your base, as if like you're in the midst of a war.
Oh man.
But we need some of that for D&D, just random little hands and heads and stuff for those kind of guys.
Yeah.
But
What's up?
what are you? Before we get into any little thing in particular, let's. I want to go over some trailers for a second. Is there any trailers you're looking forward to?
Okay, so I have not watched all of the D23 stuff. This is supposed to be the Daredevil Reborn.
I just watched that.
Did you?
Or I watched like a. They broke it down into clips and then kind of like recapped it a little bit.
Yeah,
so I didn't get to actually
saw that
watch the
part.
trailer, but I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm glad that Frank is back. I'm glad that Deborah and Foggy are back.
Yeah, I like them.
That's great,
Yeah,
dude. I
I
thought
like
they were
them
gonna
a
push
lot.
them away. So I'm glad that they're there.
Seems like they really are just rolling right off of season 3.
And also rolling off of Echo because the Kingpin is at the end of Echo. I mean, a lot of people didn't watch it. At the end of Echo, he was teasing the part of doing Kingpin mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. I think this whole season will be him running for mayor.
I will say Echo was pretty good. When I got into it, I figured it was going to be hokey, and then when like the spiritual and native power stuff kind of came up, I initially thought it was hokey, but the way they did it was great.
Mm-hmm.
They made it almost like a hallucinogen thing. They did a great job of explaining what's going on. Like, the Echo is definitely one of the better, if not best, Marvel shows.
Yeah, 5 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
Knocked it out.
You're in, you're out.
Yeah.
The character makes sense. The character's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, she is, just a gritty old gal.
One-legged gal.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I hope to see her a lot. I didn't see her in the trailer specifically, but she is, like, a part of that Kingpin world, so we'll definitely get a glimpse of her eventually.
Yeah,
What do you
hopefully
think about them using White Tiger?
that's what I was gonna bring up, dude. The White Tiger looks great.
It does look good.
It looks great. But are we using which White Tiger is gonna be?
It's supposed to be like the OG original White Tiger.
Okay, I can't wait to see that.
And you get to glimpse all of, there's like 5 different Daredevil helmets that they tease in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm just a big Daredevil fanboy, so honestly, like, Captain America, when it comes out, I will go see it in theaters reluctantly.
Yeah.
Because
We gotta see how it goes.
The trailer doesn't look great, but that's why I've been trying to not watch trailers. But Daredevil, same thing. It could be complete garbage. I'm still gonna watch it front to back.
Absolutely. 18 episodes.
I'm in.
That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know if they changed it yet, but that's what the original thing was. Or the original number was 22 episodes. And then like months later after that, they dropped it. Oh, we're only going to do 18 premium episodes. And I'm like, okay, cool, bud. I bet when it's finally time to come out, it'll be like 13.
I used to be somebody who was like advocating for like Daredevil and those smaller characters just to be pushed into like the Daredevil or into the Avengers side of things. But honestly, I think the character in the show, you know, in live action, works so much better if he's just at the street level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's in the books. He's always denied an Avengers seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ask him all the time, and he's like, "Yo, Hell Kitchen's my world, baby.
Yeah.
I'm out here doing the thing, you know." So I doubt that he will. I mean, in that whole realm of like heroes for hire, you know, Luke Cage has always been a new Avenger. Jessica Jones has always been an Avenger, and
I feel their shows weren't. Jessica Jones is pretty good. The Cage was pretty bad.
The first half of the first season of Luke Cage was elite.
Yeah.
The moment they killed Cottonmouth,
Yes.
I felt like the whole show dropped.
Yeah, you gotta have a villain.
Yeah, season 2, the same villain over and over. It was just not. It was not kicking. It was not popping.
Jessica Jones lived and died on that villain.
Oh, the Purple Man.
Yeah.
I thought the second season wasn't bad. I don't remember watching season 3.
I don't know if there is a season 3.
Is there not?
I think the
Defenders is in my head.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think Defenders is de facto like next seasons for all those shows.
And then I don't think I've even seen one episode of season 2 of Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was the roughest. That's why I didn't even bring it up.
Well, I did.
I think you
son
can.
Of a bitch.
I think you can do it. It's doable. If Shang-Chi is doable, Iron Fist is doable.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good.
I
it
felt
wasn't
like
a character nobody wanted to spend time with.
I don't think they did a bad job in casting, homie. I just don't think they had a good idea for the story.
They didn't have a grasp of the character.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, and they should have They should have done like, here's Luke Cage season 1, and then season 2, Luke Cage is him and Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Heroes for hire.
Heroes for hire.
Yeah, because they could play off each other very well.
Absolutely.
But standing alone, I'm good.
Yeah, with Colin Wing or whatever, and Misty Knight, those characters were added in those seasons, and they're all heroes for hire. Action, you know. And the messed up thing is, yeah, they did have a tease of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage getting together because in the books they have a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I feel like there was a missed opportunity there that they didn't continue with that. What other trailers? Oh, the Moana 2 trailer. I haven't seen that yet, but apparently it's up and running.
That's another one I feel like just obligated to go see in theaters.
Yeah, dude. You know, even though I think they were supposed to be making the live action Moana, I think that's way too early.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'll pass.
way too early.
Yeah.
And then talking about the live actions, they did the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, where the dwarves are pure CGI. It looks fucking weird.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Good on that too.
Yeah, dude, I really am. The Snow White.
You know what? It's crazy that they would do. Instead, I don't know why this just, kind of hit me, but instead of doing like a live action of these movies, they should do like Hamilton style, big, like production shows. So like what I mean by that is like take Hamilton. It's a great Broadway show that runs for a little bit, and then they film it, and then they make that a film. Because the live actions just isn't working. in my eyes anyway. Like Jungle
I-
Book was like okay, but a little ridiculous.
Yeah, the Jungle Book was okay.
But it was more to the book, so I feel like that was the little bit of redeeming qualities that the newer live action Jungle Book, because there's like 7,
Mm-hmm.
is very faithful to the book, just like the Beauty and the Beast was really faithful to the Beauty and Beast book.
Yeah.
So there's a little something there, but then you pop on like Little Mermaid, Lion King,
Aladdin. But Aladdin, see, look, I have
flat.
issues
They're
with
flat, man.
Aladdin was so fucking flat. You had Will Smith bringing the fucking noise, dude. Which he brings the party, dude. No matter what he does, he brings the party. Even
Yeah.
King Richard, he brought the party.
King Richard,
You know,
Chris
but-
Rock's face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he brought the party.
Yeah, the party.
5 fingers down.
The party
He
was
brought the
brought.
party. But it's also directed by Guy Ritchie, which I was like, okay, cool. Maybe it'd be a little bit of a caper because Aladdin is a thief.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be hot. You know what I mean? I thought he was
No.
going to take Guy Ritchie. We're going to do a fucking thief thing, and he's going to, out of nowhere, Jason Statham, all right, boy, we going to go. You know, I thought it was going to be something
They
cool.
literally all sat down and were like, we're just going to do the same thing.
We're just going to do the exact same thing, sweetheart. But this is not a popular thing. I liked Mulan because it was not the same.
Yeah, I think you have to make it different.
You
I
made
never gave
Mulan
Mulan a
different.
chance just
I
because
think people just didn't
the no music.
do it because not only because of the no music, but it came straight streaming instead of theaters because of COVID.
Yeah.
So we didn't get a theater production of Mulan. We got here, go sit in your fucking house.
Stay in your cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking bastard, you know. I was like, all right, yeah, we watching that. But I think Mulan missed out. A lot of people were upset because of the no music. I liked it because of that. It was like a
I'll
really
check it out.
like, if it wasn't a Disney movie, you know, if we didn't present it as Mulan, it would have been a really cool revenge tale. You know what I mean? And I love some revenge. You know, those things are one of my favorite types of movies. What other trailers are you looking at?
Romulus, Alien Romulus.
Oh man, I think we talked about it. I can't wait to watch that because again, that is like a heist movie, an alien heist movie. They're just up there just trying to go in and out. The guy says, "We'll be done in 30 minutes." Yeah, you'll be done because the aliens are going to be yumming you. You
Yeah.
know, they just yucking your yum.
Yep, hitting those yams hard.
And it really looks beautiful. It looks it doesn't look unrealistic.
It looks
You know
so
what I mean?
spooky.
I think they use
They went
practical
hard
effects.
on the face huggers. Everyone's getting face
Yeah,
hugged.
everyone's getting fucked in the eye.
Did you
Anyways,
see the promotional thing they were doing? They're just having people walking around the street or laying next to their billboards with like the face huggers.
no way,
It's
that's
like-
awesome.
yeah.
I like that. I like when they do like that physical promotional shit. You
Yeah,
know,
it'll get you.
and they missed out on the fucking popcorn.
The bucket?
Absolutely, they put the alien head as the bucket. How come they didn't do a face hugger upside down
I would have
and you
done.
reach right into that?
I would
you
have
know?
done like the egg face hugger.
Oh, the egg would have been
Yeah.
awesome, dude. What a fucking missed opportunity.
Yeah, how stupid of them.
Jeez.
I'm sure there probably won't be another Alien movie.
They're probably it's over now.
Or make 7 more of this exact same one.
It's a Scott movie. It's the brother of the first movie we're going to talk about. You know, Tony Scott directed True Romance.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And we got Ridley Scott doing these fucking alien movies. So what'd you think about that?
I'm gonna go into Wayne first.
Oh shit! You want to hit Wayne?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Wayne first, then True Romance.
All right, let's do Wayne.
Um,
There's a yapper over there.
they're yapping louder than me.
I know, dude.
Wayne was good. I love a conflict between the girlfriend's dad and the boyfriend.
Mhm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Couldn't get enough of that.
Couldn't get enough of it.
And the fact that he was just such an asshole. Oh my
Mhm.
god. Like literally just a dirtbag. Yeah, you know, nothing screams entertaining like a not preteen, but you know, teenager having to fight for his right for the lady and whisk her away. I definitely see why you paired the two.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like
True Romance is that cranked up to like 21.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you hit him behind 20s. Wayne, to me, okay, right off the jump, every time he went into a room, that fucking heart, like I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then like he goes into the principal's
like
office.
a weird Scott Pilgrim in that
He
way.
is like a hardcore Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
He goes into the principal's office and he says, "You two, get out of here." To these two fucking kids that are getting in trouble for fighting, and the principal's like, "No, you guys sit.
Yeah,
Wayne, you get
wait.
out of here."
Yeah.
And then they're just standing up there looking at Wayne like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And they get out of there, you know? And it's like hilarious how much power this crazy kid, he goes, one of the kids were like, he knows where we live. That crazy fucker gonna come over here and fuck me up.
Yeah, he's got that goofy fucking stare.
Oh man, so cool. And him and his nunchucks, you know, he's ready to rock with some nunchucks and shit. It's a wild ride. I remember watching it when
Especially
it was on
episode
Amazon.
1. Yeah.
You know, it continues to escalate. There's really no episode in the 10-episode series where it's just like flatline, slowed down, because when we ended off in the first episode, they're finally leaving Boston to go to Florida to pick up his dad's vehicle that he lost when his mother left him. You know what I mean? So this is just like, I'm picking up my fucking birthright, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they leave. The principal and his little buddy that was in the first episode, they leave to go and find him. And he's like, I can't take a little, a 17-year-old boy with me, you know, to this. You need to get out of here. And they end up going together. And they go on their adventure to find Wayne. But then Dell's dad, which the asshole and his two stupid-ass brothers, her two stupid-ass brothers, they go and they enlist a sheriff to help them find his daughter. And the sheriff is like, oh, I won't sleep until I find these kids. And this guy he reminds me of Rorschach from The Watchmen, okay? Because he goes to Florida to find Wayne, and at one point, he has to fight some dude inside of a garage. And the fight scene is him telling him, this is the sheriff telling the guy, he goes, this is the wrong way of doing this. We shouldn't fight. Mm-hmm. And the whole time he's unbuttoning his shirt, he's taking off his pants and folding them and putting them down, so he's just wearing his boxers. But as soon as he takes off his shirt, you can see all the jailhouse tattoos. And he goes, the time that I spent in a Thailand jail, you won't never feel pain the way I have felt pain.
Oh, God.
And he's just like, he starts cracking his bones and shit, and it's like, what the fuck? And this dude is like, if you've never been this close to a man and not had made love to them. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's fucking wild. And he beats the fuck out of some large dude, just fucks him up, you know? So, like I said, Wayne, it doesn't stop, and I really wish they were able to make a season 2, but I don't think they are. I think this thing came out in 2021.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're going to make that season 2. It's such a crisp show.
Yeah.
You know,
front to back, it never stops.
It never stops,
dude. You don't see that every day now.
No, That was a great watch. Great, amazing watch.
Yeah, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Excellent. That's a fair.
It's a good time. Good like a gritty Scott Pilgrim kind of vibe.
Yeah.
He's out there knocking them all out.
I don't know why I've never put them two together like that, but yeah, you're right. It's a hard rated R Scott Pilgrim.
And then piggybacking to True Romance. So you got this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is trying to hit on this girl. He really wants her to go watch 3 kung fu movies with him in the theater, and she politely declines as they romanticize Elvis. He goes and sits in the theater, and then a blonde girl just sits right next to him, and she loves Elvis. She loves watching these kung fu movies. They run off together. The scene The scene where she tells him, like, what's really up, and she was sent there, and whatever, and him being just completely cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Absolutely.
It just tells you exactly who that guy is.
Yeah, he was gonna ride with her throughout, no matter what.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, that seems probably too good to be true. It's
What's
okay.
a Drexel?
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, you're so cool.
But yeah, it just gets nuts from there. He falls in love with this escort. Alabama is her name, and then goes back to the pimp to get his stuff. Played masterfully by Olsen.
Gary Oldman.
Go Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Not Olsen.
That's the Drexel.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
He is that character.
You can't unsee it once it's on, and then he starts swinging the little lamp back and forth, to him, and you've been clocking my ugly face the whole time when we got them fresh ass titties on the TV. And he goes, I've already seen that, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Oh man, but
it just blows them all away.
It's just such a really good scene, and that's like the first monologue. There's so many monologues because, mind you, this was written by Quentin Tarantino, and he knows how to create a monologue for anybody, basically. So he does the whole, this motherfucker thought I was white boy day, it's like, Jesus Christ. It was hilarious, but yeah, that's a good scene, great scene.
Yeah, I was so into it. I watched the shit out of that movie. But yeah, he blows them all away, grabs Alabama's stuff. They crack it open, ends up being a lot of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
His Elvis and his actor friend say that he needs to go offload it. They go to offload it to a movie producer. That's great in itself. Dude getting wired and everything before they go to the hotel. But I really loved the Elvis stuff because it's just a little bit in the beginning, and then maybe like 2 or 3 scenes where he's supposedly talking to Elvis because he's a fucking crazy person.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you don't ever see Elvis's face.
Mm-mm.
And he really just wants to make Elvis proud, and Elvis is telling him how proud he is of him for doing all this stuff. And then accumulates all to the shootout, the gangsters versus the cops versus the security for the movie producer. Everybody gets shot. Everybody goes the fuck down, and then it ends with him at the beach with Alabama with his kid.
You're so cool.
Perfect.
You're so cool.
Yeah.
Man, but you're skimming over one of the wildest fights. When James Gandolfini versus Patricia Arquette.
Yes.
And she starts to laugh as he's hitting her. And it's just like, this girl is insane. She is so fucking down.
Yeah, she's so
for the
gone.
cause.
Yeah.
She is out there and hitting him with the top of the toilet,
Yeah.
and just like fucking each other up, and
she's got like the corkscrew.
Yeah, dude.
And he's just like, I'll let you get one shot, and she stabs him through the foot. Because I think that's another good thing that, or another talent of Quentin Tarantino's is just he's able to use violence in such a way where there's like stakes involved in the conflict.
Yeah.
Like it's not just violence for violence sake, or flashy this or flashy that. Like it all has its own purpose and it's conveying something.
Yeah, it's still storytelling.
Yeah, like a Michael Bay explosion type deal.
Definitely.
I loved it. Yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. I could rewatch that shit right now.
Yeah, it's a wonderful movie.
Could not believe that it ended the way it did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wrap.
Yeah.
For both of them.
But the cast, they were all close to being unknowns. I think the most known people were Arquette and Slater.
And walking.
Walken, I think not too much yet. I mean, I think King of New York came out a little bit before that, where Walken was. If you've never seen King of New York, Walken is a wild drug dealing motherfucker. You know, a mob boss basically. And then you have Dennis Hopper is definitely known. Dennis Hopper plays his dad. Then you got people that are less known, like James Gandolfini, Samuel L. Jackson, Brad Pitt for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that shit.
Stay a while.
Gary Oldman's kind of new to the scene. I think his biggest role at that time was, I think, Leon, The Professional, where he was playing that crazy ass detective.
God, that's amazing.
Fuck, dude. And what other thing? Like there's really not too much like well-known people. That's Michael Rappaport's first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, and then the dudes from what is his name? Sean Penn's brother plays one of the fucking DEA agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's heavily casted, like future cast. This is gonna be the people that are what's up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a great.
Yeah, Penn's brother's been in everything. I feel like, especially in the '90s.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. He was in that, and then he was in a lot of kids shows. Made me laugh all the time. Yeah, or kids movies. Like those little fucking Nickelodeon
the big bully
drops.
guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I loved it, man. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Quentin Tarantino's first movie? Or
he
biggest?
just written.
Oh, he just written it.
He just wrote it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was in the middle of directing Pulp Fiction at that time.
Nice.
So it's like, yeah. Back to back.
Let's jump off to television. What have you been watching?
Oh, man. Okay, so this week I've been a little busy watching. Football season's almost starting.
Okay.
So on HBO they always have the season of Hard Knocks. It started off with the Giants preseason camp, where they show all the way up to like the draft, and then now the Bears preseason camp is on right now, and I'm enjoying that. It's very fun to see these guys. Not fun. Sometimes I feel bad because, like, at the beginning of these seasons, they start with like 110 people going out for these positions, and basically only 56 can make it.
Yeah.
So you see all these people's dreams, like these guys that are walking on and trying to get a position. They've been in the league for so long and doing things, and watching them get cut, or these new guys, like the first episode of the Chicago one, the new guy comes in, and he's one of the top elite drafted guards from college, joining the pro leagues, and like in the middle of the first preseason game, homie fucks up his hamstring.
Oof.
Now, being a rookie, unsigned rookie, you're done, bud.
Yeah.
They're not going to waste the fucking roster slot so you can be A-okay in 6 weeks, and maybe your fucking hamstring will be A-okay later on. That's a permanent injury. It's going to be happening all the goddamn time now.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
So that sucks. That guy, 22, 23 years old, been working this whole time to get into this higher echelon. You're done. Let's see, next year you're going to go and try to get into another low-level team that needs a guard. Fucking, I can't. Whew, that's rough. That's rough for me. I watched that.
The real emotions.
Yeah, dude. People that try their hardest for the past, since they were like in Pop Warner, you know what I mean? 6-year-old trying to get in there. What a rough life, dude. Sports is wild. Yeah, there's that. And then I watched the trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy. And I realized
We're talking TV, sir.
Oh, I gotta go through this because
All right.
I was on Max. Um, yeah, once I was done with all the football stuff, and they were like, "Hey, it's suggested to you," and I was like, "Sure, I'll watch it." I actually watched The Dark Knight first.
Okay.
Okay,
Why is that?
because it's my favorite out of the three.
And then it tricked you into watching. So when you watched the trilogy, did you just go 1-3?
No, I go 2, 3, 1
Okay.
because one is
It's a sneaky one. It's a creeper.
it's okay. You know,
Right.
you got Scarecrow as the villain. You know,
It's good for what it was.
Yeah, dude.
It's a well-told
It's-
story.
it's a begins.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a begins.
it's a begins. So I watched two, which two, you know, I don't. To me, I feel like I yuck people's yums, but
A lot of
like
yum yucking
when
today.
it came out, I got irritated about the amount of people that like try to copy or cosplay or get too deep into that why so serious, you know, action. You remember those years, dude, when that came out?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
People were just like how when the first Deadpool came out. People were just so that don't watch or read comics got too deep into it. You know, too. Oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's a lovely, great rendition of the Joker versus the Batman, um, and the showing of Omac, even though they didn't say it. Um, that was cool. But then episode 3 or movie 3, when Bane showed up, I thought that was pretty cool too, but there was way too many loopholes. You know what I mean? Like, for instance,
There's
him.
just so much open air.
Yeah, dude.
Like, there's nothing. One of the cool things about like superhero stuff in general is like it's so basic to understand. So it's bad guy versus good guy. You know, stop the bad plan, all this and that.
Mhm.
But Bane is just like he's in a whole stadium. He's. I don't know, man. Like the stakes didn't seem that high for some reason when he's blown. Maybe the stakes are too big, or it's like too big of a concept of him just like leveling a stadium or whatever it is.
You know, he took over a city, which the city was fucked up in the first place. Gotham City's always messed up.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know the reason why they decided to take over Gotham City. Like, it's like the head of some kind of fucking world event area, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so weird to me.
Well, in his actual comic book, isn't the deal that Bane befriends a guy that got put in jail by Batman, and then Bane has always grew up in prison and never knew anything else, and this guy's like, oh, the city's lined with gold, or at least it used to be until the Batman got there. And so he kind of warps his mind to like think that Batman is like the thing to go destroy so that he can own Gotham whenever he gets out of prison and be regarded as like the king of Gotham type shit. And then also like all that stuff was at night. So like watching the third movie and like everything's during the day was also kind of like this is weird.
Yeah, it was.
This is odd in a Batman movie.
Yeah, I felt like they probably wrote that like the weekend of the Dark Knights, and they're like, "Yo, we hit a jackpot, dude." You know, I don't think they could have recreated that same magic that Dark Knight did. You know?
No, I don't think that at all. It's just like the juxtaposition between like everything. Because I mean, they're fighting on the city steps.
Yeah.
Like during the day.
During the day.
They're at the stadium during the day.
I'm just watching the background though, because you know the background actors, the extras that are fighting.
Yeah.
Some of them, if you watch it, it is hilarious because they're not hitting each other.
Yeah.
They're just grabbing it,
throwing
you know. And it's like, oh
themselves
my
and
gosh, this is hilarious to me.
Yeah. I think the villain's plan was not very well executed. I do like Tom Hardy as Bane. I think the voice was pretty ridiculous.
You
And,
know,
like,
it
the
spawned.
weird, like,
look at it.
no jaw thing.
It spawned the jokes. It spawned the Harley Quinn Bane.
all the freestyle stuff.
It's
that was
so
pretty funny.
hilarious. You know what I mean? So
I'm not a fan of the movie.
no, dude. And
Yeah.
and then I went back and watched Batman Begins, and like I said, it's alright. You know, it's not a like.
To
I
me,
have
it's
to
better than
watch it.
3 because it's at least coherent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know what's going on,
Yeah.
and watching him have to be not Batman for long stretches of time, like that's worth something too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny that you bring the trilogy up because I have been watching the Cape Crusader.
Oh, buddy.
It's pretty good.
Did you finish it?
I've not finished it. I'm on like episode 4,
Oh, okay.
but it is 10 out of 10 premium Batman time. Very first episode is the Penguin,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Mama Penguin,
Yeah.
and she's essentially an entertainer slash like mob boss, and finds out her son's been snitching on him
Mhm.
on her. Ices him right there,
Fucking
right in front of her,
tough.
right in front of his brother,
Mm-hmm.
which was nuts. So she's, yeah, I've been loving it, man. It's very much like Batman noir. Batman hasn't even been doing it that long,
No.
so it's still like they refer to him as the Bat like thing or the Man Bat.
Yeah.
Like they don't really know what to make of him, and all that shit's at night. So that's all I gotta say. Like,
You know what's dope about it? It's like, okay, the mythos of Batman and Two-Face, of them, Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent, being friends, and that's always what brought Harvey Dent back to like thinking, right? Whenever Bruce is talking to him for reals. So this dynamic of him just being the DA for most of this season is fucking perfect.
yeah,
He's such an asshole. He's whatever. But when you get to the circus episode, the 4 kids, I believe they did this purely on purpose. The 4 kids are 4 different Robins. Like the first kid that gets taken or scared or whatever, named Dickie. His friend was Jason. The other girl that goes missing is Steffi. You know, and then the last one was Carrie, which Carrie was from The Dark Knight Returns. That's that Robin, the redhead with the glasses.
yeah,
Stephanie Brown is the spoiler. You know, she became a Robin for like a few episodes. And of course, everyone knows Jason Todd, his Robin into Red Hood. And then Dickie is the first Robin, you know, Dick Grayson into Nightwing, you know? So it was really cool that they did a little, like, shout out to these kids, you know? They did a little, like, Renee Montoya, totally different Harley Quinn, you know? So that's pretty cool, too. So I really like the Cape Crusader. I hope they continue, make another season of it.
they did you ever watch the animated Dark Knight?
Which one? What do you mean?
The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, yeah. That was really cool.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, when they, in the books, when they continue to do the Dark Knight series, and Frank Miller would get a wild hair up his ass and release like a 10-issue Dark Knight Returns #3, whatever.
Yeah,
They just get so boring.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the same thing with like the Before Watchmen, and
I
anytime
have-
they try to tack
uh-huh.
Watchmen stuff on.
Well, that's a sad thing, the Watchmen thing, because DC was supposed to revert the rights to Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons like years after it released.
And then they're like, nope,
No, we're making graphic novels, baby. So
we're keeping it.
that sucks. But anyways, what are you watching on TV?
I was banging out the Cape Crusader. Oh, we did another run of Over the Garden Wall. Love that show. Can't stop talking about that show. I still need to get back to Your Honor. I haven't finished it. Same with The Boys.
Yeah, I haven't even started the season of Boys.
But yeah, I'm still just trying to chip away at Cape Crusader. Nothing else really is catching my eye right now.
I've wasted a few hours watching more Christmas movies from Hallmark on Peacock.
Jesus.
Now, this one was high hilarity because look at guys, I watch these, but I just love like for instance, I'm watching one of them, and it's about a a book editor needs to find a new artist for their company, a new illustrator. And so this is happening. Sam walks in. She's like, "What are you watching?" And I give her this whole synopsis that is completely wrong. Like I would tell her she is
Amazing.
a struggling writer, and if she's also losing her mind because she sees herself as a 6-year-old in her mind, which is happening in the whole thing. But I make it into like a fucking
A big over.
yeah, dude. She's really cracking up inside. She's losing everything. Her mind's fucked up. She thinks she's seen this illustrator, but there's no illustrator there. Everyone says, "What are you talking about?" Which it's fucked up. But I make it over the top, and it's so much fun for me to make up these synopses or these really bad movies.
Scenarios for her. Yeah.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Got him.
She's like, "Really?" And I go, "No, motherfucker. This is straight up regular ass girl."
Get your tissues out.
Yeah, no tissues required, man. These are just bullshit movies, while I'm watching the Olympics here and there, Yeah. Well, yeah, man, I really haven't, it's been Olympic time. It's been Hard Knocks getting ready for the new season. It's getting, just preparing for the summer to be over. I really want to go see Trap.
Yeah, I also want to see Trap.
I'm hopefully, either, no, we can't do it today, but maybe next weekend. But, dude, I would love to go see that. I'm not interested in seeing Borderlands until it comes out on streaming.
I've just never played the game, so nothing. I mean, I played it probably like 2 or 3 days, like staying over at like a buddy's house or whatever, like when it first released.
Yeah.
And then never again, and so I never really understood like all the hype behind the sequels, and I get the art style's kind of cool or whatever.
Yeah.
Almost have zero idea what's going on. I know it had something to do with like treasure that they're gonna go find, but it's not really there. Yeah, I've seen all the talk about it having a 0 score on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, but I don't really abide by that kind of thing. Like I want to watch it for myself, because even if it is a big pile of garbage, there's no way it's worse than Zoolander 2.
Oh my gosh.
And I fucking bought theater tickets to that.
Come on. Oh, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, it was rough.
I feel bad for you. Yeah.
I think it was trash.
The main reason why I'm going to skip Borderlands in theaters is because, like, I believe it was filmed at the start of COVID, right? And got pushed back so many damn times. That's just it's a tall tale of like, yo, that means this is not great.
Yeah.
This is not doing.
They weren't in any rush to push it out.
No, not at all. No, not one bit. I can't. No, I'm good. I'm good with that. No need for that.
I'm done.
I did play some Borderlands. I did beat the first one. I started to play the second one, but then stopped for some reason.
Well, for me, it's just like all shooters. Like, the shooting game I've played the longest is probably Overwatch, because it's a competitive, competitive like multiplayer. So it's a great one to like hop on with the boys, and also it being like sci-fi themed, and every character has a very different role. Because any other shooter, it's just like you get your gun, you upgrade your gun. Unless it's a survival, I'm kind of out on it. Like I played Black Ops for probably like half a year, and then I was like, God, this is just so boring.
Yeah, dude.
It's the same thing over and over again. Spawn, shoot.
I'm just not that great at first-person shooters, man. There's just way too many talented. I want to put the quotation marks talented players out there.
I mean, even if it is, it's just like anything else. If you don't have like a group to play with, like, what's the point?
Well, I do enjoy watching that Grandpa, the first-person Grandpa. Have you seen them?
No.
On Twitch, whatever. He comes up, dude.
Sniper.
The sniper, dude.
Yeah,
he is so good.
Yeah.
If I look at a top of a building and there's any discrepancies, that's a headshot.
Yeah.
I was like, Sweet Christmas, dude. He just shoots it out, dude.
And what's funny about him is he doesn't have any feeling in his trigger finger. So sometimes you'll be watching him, and he'll still be getting a beat on dude, and he'll just let off a shot and be like, "Damn it," because I don't know, from his service or like if he's got arthritis or what. But yeah, that on top of him having notes of every map.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
He is so cool, dude. That's a cool guy. I will watch that all the time.
Yeah, same. Yeah, he's a menace in Battlefield.
Yeah,
an absolute menace.
He's a fucking terror, dude. I don't know how long. It was at work, and I probably watched a solid hour of him just busting people down, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, man, you just consumed my life.
Raking them in. The ripping and the tearing.
Also, I asked our sweet overlord, ChatGPT this week. I asked, Chat, bud, make me a list of the greatest rock albums of all time.
Okay.
And he gave me 100. I'm assigning him a gender.
I was gonna say.
ChatGPT, sweet overlord. I know you're hearing this right now. I love you. Well, it gave me the list, and like I knocked out the top 8, you know. And I don't want to be sounding like a music snob, but I really feel like I want to do my own opinion on things, you know. And I was thinking in my mind, like, it needs to at least have a 75% of a non-skip in that album for me to be like, that's one of the greatest albums.
Okay.
You know? 75 is a good amount of songs.
Well, you don't know. You probably don't know what metric it was on. Like, what if they just put it as...
Oh, it told
selling?
you what it was.
Oh.
It was influenced by other artists.
Robots.
It's, yeah. Mentioned in magazines, like ChatGPT told you where it's getting it from.
Oh, gotcha.
And so it's all from there. And like the top one was Abbey Road. So it's like, I haven't listened to Abbey Road since it was a reel-to-reel as a child.
Yeah.
You know?
As a babe.
They have so many good bangers like the She's So Heavy and Oh Darling and shit like that. Those were a couple of good songs. But I feel like at the end of the album, like the last 10 songs are under 2 minutes and like just throwaway songs.
Really?
Absolutely. And I don't think...
Maybe they try to skirt you on quality here.
They did quantity instead of quality.
Ah.
You know? And I was just like, yo, how can this consider to be one of the top albums when you just threw like 8 fucking songs at me that were shorter than punk songs in the 70s, and you really don't get into a song before it turns off? You know? I don't understand it. If anybody like to make a comment on it, I don't know if there's a narrative or something that they were trying to prove or do, but I don't think that's considered one of the greatest albums of all time.
No.
You know?
And I would be the wrong guy to ask. I feel like my rating as far as albums go are all tied to like when I was listening to it and like what emotions I was feeling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my top 5s would easily be like a Robert Palmer album.
Really?
And Frank Zappa and like all these random vinyls that I listened to when I lived way up in Washington State, because I didn't have shit else to do, and that was the shit really keeping me going, because that place is depressing.
Oh yeah.
As fuck.
Yeah, we went to Seattle for our cruise trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like just spending a day and a half in Seattle is very depressing.
The suicide rate is very high up there.
And then Sam was like, "What is that lady doing?" And I go, "She's making a poo poo, man." You've never seen a person make a poo poo in the daytime?
In the daytime?
And she's like, "No, I've never seen that." And like 2 minutes later, she goes, "What is that guy doing?" And he's lighting up his spoon in the middle of the school day, And I was like, well, right now he's trying to ignite that spoon to gain fire so he can get a syringe and plunge it into one of his veins.
Yep, that's a
And
3
she was
level
like,
up.
what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, dude, this is like Skid Row. I have no problems watching these people act this way.
That's primetime people watching right there.
Oh, dude, it's so wild. And I watched, because our hotel room was facing like one of the freeways. I watched for like 10 minutes a person try to cross the freeway. And I'm like, ooh, is this the time where Frogger gets hit?
Oh,
What's
God,
going on, dude?
no.
So I'm just sitting there like a little boy holding my face. I'm like, is this what's happening right now?
Oh my god.
So, yes, I believe that it's a very depressing place.
What's the, is that what you've been listening to then? Is just
Well,
these
no,
albums?
I've done that. I did Dark Side of the Moon. That is a beautiful album. It's wasted on the youth. It is for adults at this correct time in my life. I was like, dude, Dark Side of the Moon is a beautiful album. And then I did Back to Black by Amy Winehouse.
Oh, nice.
That is a perfect album.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
0 skips. I was like, dude, Jesus, too bad that she's gone. Because that is a beautiful and perfect album. Yeah.
The my philosophy when I'm looking for good new music is literally just figure out when all these albums get released, and then just like fucking just wait and wait and wait. And Remy Wolf finally dropped a new one.
Really?
It's hot.
Oh shit! I gotta
It's
get in
piping
that.
hot.
I gotta get in it.
No skips.
Really?
No skips.
I will listen today.
But it's rare because typically I abide by this philosophy and then the next album's never any good. Or classically, this is how I am with rap. Almost every rap album I listen to, I'll listen to it front to back, no skips, like purposely just trying to like listen to everything. I probably won't enjoy it or won't give it the time of day after that first one, and I'll come back to it, and then it's like 3 weeks. Like J. Cole has an album called Off Season.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it as soon as it came out. I was like, wow, this is bad. What has happened? And then I came back to it 2 weeks later, and then I couldn't stop listening to it for like 3 weeks.
Shit.
It is pretty good. That's another good, great one. Off Season.
I have to go check it out. You sent me on that Mac Miller a few months ago.
Yeah, the swimming pools.
Yeah, dude. I really feel like it's a good album, but I feel like you need to be in that sad time mode.
Yeah, you have to be in that
Yeah.
headspace. Because it's also really good for like background, like hitting a night swim type shit, and just having it bumping in the back because it's very cerebral. Like, and also if you take the context of like obviously him being dead, but like the Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
Little concert thing, and then listening to the whole album, it's a little different. You can really tell that there's a lot of emotion in this, and not just like some guy just rhyming into a microphone.
Yeah, it's a you and Sam like listening to sad boy music in the first place,
Love sad boy stuff.
you know, and so when I put it on, of course she's like, "Oh, what's this? You know, get the fuck out of here, sad girl.
Yeah.
Get out of here, sad girl." I'm playing it in the kitchen, you know what I mean, just cooking some fucking spaghetti, and I was like, "Oh,
Some Bugatti.
you know, so what? No fucking."
So what? It's no fucking CD.
Oh shit. Well,
Hell yeah.
talking about that, I really feel like the audience needs to know we have plans to expand our podcasts. We want to do
A new podcast.
Yeah.
In addition to this one, except the new podcast will be more of a watch companion.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, you would watch the episode, and then we would you would want to turn us on at the end of it, and then we would just kind of go over every little thing.
Yeah, little funnies, ha-has.
No title, no anything yet, but it's in the works.
It's in the works. And the first show, listeners should know it's not something that's going to be like a surprise, because we talk about this show 90% of the episodes that we've recorded so far.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with The Sopranos, which would mean it's going to be 86 episodes at least for this new podcast. So I'm excited. We're excited. Sopranos are the tip-top magoo.
Yeah, that's a great show.
So it's going to be very fun, you know. So what? No fucking baked ziti?
No fucking ziti? So what?
Shit,
no fucking
man.
ziti?
This motherfucker's wild, dude. And you know, that first episode is always great. It's always very fun. Well, other than that, yeah, we're looking forward to doing more content for you guys. Maybe this will be a midweek release, you know, to get you guys over the hump. Oh, there it is, bud. Over the hump episodes.
We'll see.
Drop it on the Wednesdays.
We'll see.
Sounds great. Who
Wednesday,
knows?
my dudes.
Wednesdays.
So let me hand you your challenge. I got you for the show is gonna be Midnight Gospel.
Okay.
Episode 1, season 1.
All right.
Have you seen that before?
I don't think I've seen it sober.
Okay, so Midnight Gospel and Zone of Interest for the movie.
Zone of Interest?
Yeah.
What is that?
That is, I'll let you check it out.
Okay.
And you got any questions this time around?
No, I got no questions. You got it. What do you got?
If you were a tree, what tree would you be?
Oh, shit.
What type of tree?
Number one, I feel like everyone's going to be like, oh, I want to be an oak. No, I don't want to be no oak. I don't want to be one, because I have those horrible, what are the, something pear that they fall because they grow so quickly.
Yeah.
I think, have you ever gone to the sequoias?
The sequoia tree?
Yeah. The fucking redwoods that are out there.
Yeah.
In
That's what I was
Sequoia
going to
land.
say, is a redwood.
Dude, man, those things are so frightening and beautiful at the same
Yeah,
time.
they're colossal.
You
don't-
drive your
yeah.
vehicle underneath one, dude,
Yeah.
and it's like,
You don't ever
geez.
realize until you're right up next to one, you're just like, holy fuck.
Yeah. I think I went when I was like 13 years old. And we were on our way to San Francisco or Sacramento. And I was just like, geez, dude, this is unbelievable. Even in kids' eyes, I remember how colossal, how gigantic those trees. So yeah, I would do a redwood.
Yes, right there with you. I think that if I'm gonna have to be in one place and chill, I'd rather be as close to the sky as possible.
Yeah.
Reaching for it, if you will.
Hopefully a wild animal makes their home there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my belly.
In my belly. Redwood trees.
But yeah, look out for the next podcast. It'll be on the same YouTube under a different name.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob is challenged to watch Zone of Interest and Midnight Gospel.
Midnight Gospel.
Don't know where Zone of Interest is at, but Midnight Gospel's on Netflix.
Yeah. Duncan Trussell, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Love me some Duncan.
Duncan Trussell.
This is the Sunday Scaries signing off.
All right.
It used to be a lot of fun. Remember all those happy things we've done. Getting lost in the midnight sun seems so natural. Used to be a dreamer, used to be a schemer. Now you throw excuses out like party streamers. If you don't have the time, why are you wasting mine? I have better things to do than to sit around and wait on you. Keep it to yourself. If you're serving something else, it's your loss, it's not mine. If you don't have the time. What happened to the good old days? Are you telling me it was just a phase? Like the moon and the deep blue rays, it seems so natural. I wanna be the same, or be free to change. I wanna turn my hardships into friendships and rise above the pain. If you don't have the time, why are you wasting mine? I have better things to do than to sit around and wait on you. Keep it to yourself. If you're serving something else, it's your loss, it's not mine. If you don't have the time, if you don't have the time. I see lots of tears, thinking they have solitude in a room full of mirrors. If you don't have the time, why are you wasting mine? Well, I have better things to do than to sit around and wait on you. Keep it to yourself. If you're serving something else, it's your loss, it's not mine.